and I started looking at what we did last March, and it just gave me some ideas. So this is a blank screen, and hopefully I'm going to fill this out because I just started writing some notes down and say, man, if I had a school, what would I be doing in March? Because March is a graduation month, and I started just writing down a couple of things. So some of this is for marketing. Some of this has to do with graduation. It all has to do with creating that lighthouse we're trying to do where it's not just about our school and marketing about our school, but it's by attracting people all the time because we become the school that's the most professional, that offers the best classes, that is dedicated to self-defense, is dedicated to fitness, and everyone knows about it. And since everyone knows about it, they want to become part of our school. So again, we're attracting people. We're not just for advertising for people. So a couple of things. It is graduation month. Since it's graduation month, you have 4 weeks to think of how to make your graduation better and different than it was last time. So just a couple ideas. Maybe if you want to change up the music, maybe you want to just the way you introduce the kids, maybe how you're going to get testimonials from parents. We talked last week. We had a real small meeting on Thursday, but we came up with a really, really good idea. Sal started talking about a friend of his who does admissions to colleges. And he's saying the one thing that people that are looking for admissions to college and looking for kids graduating from high school is, of course, that they got good grades. They're A students. But in addition to being A students, they're also looking for people that do more. Maybe they're either doing sports, and they especially like people who are volunteering. So if you start thinking about the black belts you have in your school and the teens that you have in school, and some of these kids want to continue their education and what they're going to do after high school, well, if they really want to stick out in front of a college board, they should be doing volunteer work. And they can do volunteer work through your school or at your school, but it's a way of, there's something in it for them because now they're going to be looked better upon by the group for college. At the same time, you're getting help in your school, and they're not quitting martial arts just because they've got a black belt. Now there's more that they can do with their black belt. While we're talking, we talked to Kemp Brown and go, do you think you can get a high school teacher to come into your next graduation and talk about that? And he goes, absolutely. And then I was talking to Shelby. Shelby works for Charles Jarnigan up in St. Louis, and she was saying, what you're saying is absolutely true. She goes, I got 2 years free of college because I had to do so much volunteer work at high school. The colleges looked at me and they had, if you did this certain thing, you got 2 years for your college. She ended up getting 2 years for your college. So she thought it was a good idea, and they're going to be getting a high school principal to talk at their graduation also. So my idea for graduation is we practice graduation and think of something we can do that we've never done before. So if you never had school teachers come in and talk to you about graduation, I think it'd be something to look forward to and start working on now. Also, when you start asking a principal or teachers to do this, they're going to be grateful to you. They're going to think it's an honor. And when they start thinking about a martial arts school to recommend kids to or go to, they're going to recommend your facility. Next thing is to make sure you have invitations to graduation. So you want to make sure not only your students are coming, but your students are bringing friends. They should be inviting buddies of theirs. They should also be inviting their school teachers. So a lot of people should be invited to the graduation. We want to make sure it's a big thing. Again, it's great if you have 4 or 5 school teachers there and they see exactly what you do. I mean, you've told them about it, but when they actually see kids in action, saying, yes, sir, no, ma'am, bowing, showing a lot of respect and courtesy, they're going to think, well, this is a pretty cool thing. I wish the kids in our elementary school acted like this. In fact, I'd love to have this martial arts school instructor come in and talk to my students. It'd be great to have school teachers. Also, during graduation, if you have the opportunity to show videos while parents are coming in and maybe the 10 minutes before class. That's just a really cool thing. Kind of builds some emotions. So if you're doing videos of some of your students practicing, kids' faces when they're trying real hard, maybe kids 5 years old doing the student creed, and you've got some high energy moms there doing a kickboxing class. You've got all this video. Really cool if you can put that together and show it before your graduation. Everyone's going to watch the screen, and it's going to get them excited. I always think it's a good graduation if we get people to laugh a little and cry a little. And so this is one of those things that could create some emotion. You have a whole month to get that done. If you don't have any videos and pictures now, we've got a month to get that done, so that'd be a great idea. Going into a marketing idea, it is St. Patrick's Day. It is March, so we want to make sure we have a green week. Green week is just for fun. It's the fun factor. I like to do it the week prior to St. Patrick's Day. So green week, kids can wear green to class. Kids can dye their hair green. Moms can make cupcakes for after class. Kids get treats and you have green cupcakes. The whole idea, again, is to just celebrate the color green. It's bringing out the fun factor. It's giving them an opportunity to take pictures of their kids in their uniforms with a green t-shirt and green hair, whatever it's going to be. At the same time, when you're thinking green, you may want to go to a party store like Party Supermarket. They got their aisles just by different colors. So if you can get like green necklaces, shamrocks, things that you can give away as awards in classes, green sunglasses, anything you could think for just mini awards. When you start thinking about, I know a lot of you guys use paper clips, and we use paper clips on kids' belts. Just if a kid has a real good class, it's a hard-working thing, you just take a paper clip and put it on their belt. Kids go nuts. I mean, they're honored because all of a sudden you recognize them for their hard work. So if you just get green necklaces, shamrocks, and give them to kids as a prize or recognition for doing good, you can have a real lot of fun for Green Week. Kids are going to want to go to class. I know they have to be to class because they're getting ready for graduation, but it's just, again, the fun factor involved. Next week is, I think it's next week, is Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras celebrated late this year. It's usually in February. Now I think it's March 5th. While you're at Party Supermarket, just get some of those cheap necklaces that they give away from Mardi Gras. This is another thing that you can just have fun during that class. Tell the kids that we're going to do awards. You can show some pictures of Mardi Gras, people wearing all these necklaces. You say, okay, let's see who's got the strongest stance. All the kids the strongest stance. And you go around, you take all the kids the strongest stance, and you throw beads over their neck. And then all of a sudden the practice, okay, who can be the most intense? And then you give them some more beads. And then we'll get to, okay, who can memorize the whole form without making a mistake? All kids are doing the forms. Whatever you want to do for friendly competition, but you're just rewarding the kids. Again, it is something different, something new. You want the parents to say, man, I don't know how you guys can think of all this stuff. You're always doing something special for the kids. And when we get people to talk about your school, we've got to be remarkable. Meaning that there has to be something to talk about. What am I going to remark about unless there's something new and exciting? So doing that whole Mardi Gras theme, you can even just kind of decorate your school. I'm not saying the raunchy part of Mardi Gras that you can see in New Orleans. I say the fun, kid-appropriate type of Mardi Gras where you can just give some rewards and have fun. Let's go back to graduation. I know a lot of you don't do this already, but it's kind of neat that on graduation, if your students experience a year anniversary. So in other words, if this graduation is their 4th graduation, they've been training at your school for a year. It's cool to give out recognition for the year. I believe Century sells patches. I know they sell patches because I was looking at their catalog the other day. But they have patches that say like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. So you can just get those patches. That'd be inexpensive, cool thing to put on their uniform. Shane Simpson gave me this idea several years ago. He actually gives trophies to the kids for year anniversary. So if they're celebrating their first year, they may get an 8-inch tall trophy. If they're getting their 2-year anniversary, they get a foot-long trophy, whatever. So the more years they're there, the taller the trophy. They're very inexpensive, but a lot of kids don't get trophies. This is earned. They had to be training for a solid year, 2 years, 3 years. So it's a great way. So if it's going for that patch or it's going for a trophy, we're always looking for ways to improve retention. Anytime we get to a year mark, that's something big. It's also a lot of times where a lot of people's programs are up and they're thinking about doing something else besides martial arts. So that trophy could push some people over the line and keep them for an extra year at your school. It's also going to motivate other people, because if some people are there for 6 or 9 months, they go, wow, I can't believe it. In only 3 more months, I'm going to get my trophy. It gives them something to look forward to. So the Patch the Trophy, it's all about recognition. This month, March, is National Nutrition Month. So since we are into fitness and nutrition, it gives you a great opportunity to maybe bring in someone special to your school. If there's a GNC in your town and maybe you go to the GNC, they have all different types of memberships. You can join GNC and be a gold member. Well, you go into the GNC store and say, I know some of my students come here and get nutritional products, and we have a lot of students that probably don't come here. I thought this would be a great way to work together during National Nutrition Month. I like to do a seminar and talk to my students, have them bring in guests. Maybe you can invite your gold members to come in, and then I'd love to have you speak about nutrition and how really, if you're an athlete, some of the things that could help your performance, some of the things you should do to stay healthy. This way, it gives you a chance to get in front of my people. At the same time, I can get in front of some of your customers. They can try out a martial arts class. So you can do that with adults. You can do it with kids. You can set up a Krav Maga class for women, self-defense for women. At the same time, we say we want to add a little more to this class. It's not just about physical self-defense. The fact that you can punch, block, and kick. It's physical self-defense by properly getting the nutrition into your body. So it's just a good way to tie that in. Anytime you have a month like this, you're always going to get support on the outside. You can see things in the news, articles on Facebook about being National Nutrition Month. So I would just jump on that also. March Madness. Super popular. Everyone's going to get their brackets pretty soon for their college basketball and try to see who's going to be the team for the year. Sports bars do really good on March Madness, get towards the end when they have the Sweet 16 and the 8 in the Final Four. And so you're going to get a lot of sports bars. When I was in Arizona, we had a place right across from the school. We used to bring our prize wheel. And the prize wheel was all for adult stuff. It could be for a free adult class. It could be for free month of martial arts. And then we would have certain things on there. It said for like order of 8 wings, order of 10 wings. So if someone won that, we would get their name and number. We'd give them a pass. They get a chance to spin the wheel. If they happen to get the 8 wings, well, we would order 8 wings and would pay for that. So the whole idea that what's in it for us is to get names, numbers from people doing the prize wheel. For the sports bar is we're buying people wings and giving them away, so they were making more sales. So it's good for them, good for us. I know a lot of times you say, well, I'm not going to go to a sports bar. I don't really have my ideal clientele there. Well, it's not true. You got a lot of adults, sports-minded adults. A lot of times they bring their kids, so you get a chance to work with some adults and talk to some kids. But it's just another marketing idea. The reason I'm throwing so many out, not like tossing away, but giving you more ideas this week is I was watching something on Century yesterday, and one of my old friends, Adam Kiefer, did a 1-minute video. And his 1-minute video wasn't details, it was just a concept. He goes, you have a bucket. He says, this is your marketing bucket. You got to make sure your marketing bucket's filled. Because pouring into your marketing bucket just isn't one faucet, but you got some things dripping into your marketing bucket. You have some faucets going on. how do you keep your marketing bucket filled? Which isn't a lot of details, but it's a cool concept. If you can kind of picture on your desk in your office, I've got a marketing bucket. Is that getting filled up, or am I doing less and less each month and my marketing bucket is almost drying up? Well, a lot of these ideas are things that you can add to your marketing bucket. So again, I thought it was a cool concept, and it kind of pushed me into coming up with this idea. It's also first day of spring. So if you're in some place that's getting warmer, like South Carolina, in the first day of spring or that weekend, you can do an outdoor class in a park. Set up a one of those 10 by 10 tents where you have your table there. You have everyone come up and register for their classes. They can bring friends. Be kind of a cool way to do the first day of spring. Anytime I think of these things, okay, what's going to get to people to talk about my school? What's going to be the fun factor? Because that's going to bring down retention. What's going to be the coolness factor for people taking pictures and posting on Facebook? Well, getting out of the school for the first day of spring and having everyone do things outside, and maybe getting a crowd around you, kids coming in and watching other kids do some forms, do a little demonstration. So that would be a great thing. Since it is graduation, this is the month you want to make sure that you're choosing your future leadership members. During graduation, it'd be really nice if they got their certificate saying that they are now qualified for leadership program at your school. You're not selling anything. What you're doing is you say, now they're nominated. These students were wipeouts. The first thing they have to do to qualify for leadership is to earn their yellow belt. They all got their yellow belt. They had to have so many classes in a row. They had to show intensity in class. And I'm proud to give out these leadership nomination certificates. Then the parents can just come to you, okay, what does this mean? How do I get, and however you either upgrade them, graduate them, promote them into leadership, it's just a great way to recognize people. And if you are selling it as an upgrade program, it's going to naturally lead into some sales. You're not going to be selling anything, just by mentioning and nominating, you get conversations going. Silver stripes, just going to review this real quick because I haven't talked for this for about 6 months. But silver stripes are stripes that are awarded to students, not by instructors, by parents. Since you're getting towards the end of the month and we're getting towards graduation, we're not towards the end of the month, but we're getting towards graduation, next month would be a great month to have parents nominate your children for silver stripes. We do silver stripes because silver stripes are for students that shine. These students are doing something that you're teaching in martial arts at home and on their own. So maybe a mom gets up and goes, you know, I'd like to nominate my child David for silver stripe. David's been helping around the house. He's been cleaning his room. I don't have to remind him. In fact, last week he took out the garbage every day. He's just showing so much self-discipline. I know you guys talk about self-discipline. I just want to remark that I'm proud of David because he's doing it. Everyone gives the mom a hand for doing a testimonial, and you award the kid the silver stripe. Well, kids want to get the silver stripe. Parents want to get the kids to get the silver stripe. And so you're getting testimonial after testimonial of what martial arts is doing for the kids. Now, if you're doing this around a beginner class, or you're doing it around intro classes, and new parents hear these benefits about your school, it's just social proofing that, hey, this stuff really does work. This martial arts stuff really does work. So silver stripes are just something great. It's not something that you can do every single week. You also have to make sure that they're real and tell the parents, hey, before you get up today, if your kid brushes teeth, they're not going to get a silver stripe for brushing their teeth. You know, kids are expected to brush their teeth. That's just something that they do. We're looking for something they do because of the martial arts. I tell kids, I want you to practice your martial arts at home. And when you practice at home, you can't punch, block, or kick. I used to get some crazy looks from students when I say that. Well, how do we practice if we can't punch, block, or kick? Because you have to practice the other side of martial arts. You have to practice being polite to your brothers and sisters. You have to practice showing respect and maybe opening doors for someone else. You have to practice by participating more and showing self-confidence. So if they're practicing those type of things at home, now you can nominate your child for Silver Stripe. Another thing that you can do this month is, if you haven't done it in a while, is just in an impromptu board break. I wouldn't even tell the kids you're going to do this. I would just do it for fun. Pick out 1 week, maybe on a Wednesday and Thursday, have some boards in the back room, say, guys, I've got something really fun planned for today, and just let them do a board break. Let them do a board break. Ask the parents, or tell the parents that if you want to take a video of this, because I know you probably want to post it on Facebook. When it's your child's turn, just come out here on the floor. If shoes or anything, I don't bother that. Just make sure you have your phone. Tell me you wanted to do the video when you're ready, and I will have your child break the board. Kids are having fun. Parents are taking pictures. Now they got proof that their child can do this. And like most parents, I know, like when I start looking at my daughter posting all stuff with my grandkids, she would be all over that, and she would be all over Facebook and Instagram, giving her kids a shout out for breaking that board. So that is my list. So hopefully you got some good ideas out of there. You got a week to make some of this stuff happen. These aren't things that take a lot of planning. If you're thinking of just those Mardi Gras awards or the Green Awards, that's just stopping in front of a party supermarket or getting online. Go to a party supermarket online, order it, have it delivered overnight, and you've got that. Trophies don't have to be huge trophies. I mean, you can get onto Crown trophies online or get on a Century, get those trophies. So a lot of this stuff can be really fast. I know we're only a week away from March, but March is 31 days. You got plenty of time to get a lot of this stuff done. And again, it's just more ideas over all the marketing pillars that you're already doing, just more things to put in your bucket. Have more fun in your school, really embrace and enjoy doing your marketing. And think about, okay, it's not just about getting students, it's about keeping my present students happy, giving them something to talk about, and making that glue so they don't want to leave. They're building some relationships. They're having a good time in this school. Now, I may want to quit some karate sometime, but I'm not going to quit this. Now, this is like my family. This whole group is it's tight-knit. I like to be part of it. I'm not going anywhere. Any comments, other ideas? Anyone about share anything that they may like to do?
I could share something. For March Madness, we're having a parents' night out. It was successful last time for Valentine's. And what we're doing is 2 karate class, a parents' night out, a t-shirt, all of it for $30. And last time we had about 40 people at one school and 13 at the other school. And so it was a pretty successful night. And it was not only retention, but also obviously partial recruitment. And I think we have 1 or 2 that are signing up from that.
I think it's a great idea. So what you're doing is, like, your regular intro program includes a parent sign out for this month.
Yeah, and they're getting 2 karate classes, a t-shirt, and of course the parents are loving the fact that they can go out on Friday night before St. Patrick's weekend, which is the 15th of March. So we're doing that, and I'm emailing that to all of the San Diego and Chula Vista school districts through Peach Jar.
Okay. If you're online right now, don't know what Peach Jar is. Peach Jar is a service for schools where they send out flyers to schools and keep all the schools, all the parents of the schools informed on what's going on. They do that with the help of sponsors, like Sal's a sponsor. And so I think 50,000 people get an email once a month, and he can put in a flyer. So he can add this flyer for a trial program and the parents sign out for $20. And it's just a great way for him to market his school by using services from the public school. And people open those because it's coming from Peach Jar. They know that this is information from their school. They're not just going to delete it, but they're going to read it and they're going to see his flyer. So it's a great program. Okay, everyone, good stuff. Tomorrow I talk to William Pierce. I'm not quite sure what the subject is, but he's always got some great ideas. That's a good meeting. And then we meet again on Thursday. Thursday meeting is there's nothing planned, and they always turn out really, really good because we just start talking about things, it starts rolling, and people contribute ideas. And it's only for a half hour on Thursdays, 12 to 12:30. We usually get 4 or 5 people, so it's a small group. Everyone participates. So if you can make that, they're all at 12 noon. Okay, everyone, thank you. Melanie, it's good to see you. I think this is one of the first times I've seen you on live on these. Awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care now.